Hello, my friend. Welcome to my favorite video of the month. It is favorites and fails time. Welcome to April. These are my March favorites. If you want to see what I've been really not liking, counting up to the things that I've been loving this month, hang tight. We're getting into it right now. If you are new here, I do not do sponsored favorites videos. I have gotten many requests from companies to sponsor my favorites videos, which means that I would place their product first or as my favorite or wherever highly rated in my favorites. I do not do that. So I do a hashtag not sponsor feature to highlight something that I feel is awesome that they are not paying me to say. So this month we are going to be highlighting some wonderful charities that are doing wonderful things in our world right now, trying to help people in need, and there is so much need right now. So if you would like to contribute to any of those, there will be a list in the video description for you to check out. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the worst product I tried this month. All right, I used to be a collector of the Balm. I used to collect every single eyeshadow palette from the Balm because I love their packaging, I love their clever names, and then eventually I kind of stopped. I guess I just kind of fell out of love with the brand. I do have the Balm product later that's much higher up that I think is fabulous, but this one was not so fabulous. This was gifted to me by the Balm, I believe at Ipsy Live last year. This is their Petal to the Metal palette, which it's so stinking cute. Oh my gosh, it's so adorable. And it is a cream shadow palette. Okay, so let me just show you what's happening here. So that's what it looks like, and let me swatch it for you. They're patchy, oily, not good. There's some glitter in here, but the patchiness I think is what really makes it difficult to work with because you can't get a solid color on your lid, and you can put like a base down underneath it, like maybe put a shadow underneath, but because it's a cream formula, putting cream over the powder just doesn't work either. You can pack shadow over top, but then it just kind of hides the cream, so there really is no point to them. They're just really not good. And I'm really sad about that because I wanted them to be more opaque, I wanted them to be more functional, and they're just not, and it's sad. This product came in my FabFitFun box that I do sponsored videos. This is the Wander Beauty Mile High Club Volume and Length Mascara, and I mentioned in that video I was gonna bring this back and I was gonna let you know what I thought of it after I've used it for a while, because you know, sometimes mascaras, you need to kind of work with them for a little while in order to see what their true texture is gonna be once a little bit of air has gotten into them, once you've used them a little bit, and I still don't like it. I don't think it's as bad as when I said it before, but my big issue with this is that the product inside is just too thin. There isn't anything to really grab onto the lashes to volumize and lengthen. They just kind of darken the lashes, and that's kind of all that it does. And it's kind of an expensive price point. I definitely wouldn't call this mile high in any way. It just kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of weak, and it's sad, and I wish it was better. Now, those are the only two products that I dislike. Everything else I like. So this is kind of in the it's good, but it's not fabulous kind of range. So this is something that I purchased for the video, the last video when I went to Ulta, which I'm glad I filmed it when I did, when Ulta was still open. I got a bunch of products from Ulta that my subscribers recommended that I get, and this is one I personally picked up on a whim because I thought it looked interesting. This is the Sketch and Set by Tarte, and I got it in the shade dark brown, and let me show you how it works. So on one side there is a brow pencil, and then a roll-up kind, and then on the other side is a brow gel. Okay, so I find that I'm not reaching for this as much as I wished that I would. Now, I really like the pencil side, but I find that it kind of skips through my brows a little bit, that I wish it was just a little bit more pigmented. I don't know if pigmented is the right word. I feel like I need to go in like a lot in order to get the pigmentation. Like I have to keep building and building and building and building in order to get what I like. And the more I do that, the more I feel like I'm removing brow hairs from my brow. Not in a painful way, but it's just, I feel like more keep falling out the more I use this, and I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that. The brow gel wand is a little bit large, a little long for my liking, and I do find it is a bit difficult to control this formula. formula. It's a little clumpy for my taste. It isn't, it needs to be a little bit thinner so that when I do run it through the brow, I find that it kind of builds up in some places so that when I do smooth it out, it kind of makes this big mushy mess that I don't like. So I just have to be a little more careful in application. So I don't dislike this product. I am going to continue using it. I just feel like there could be some things that could be a little bit better with it. Number 7 is a product that I also like. I just feel like there's certain things that I wish were just a little bit different. This is the Radiance palette by Jolie Beauty, and they were kind enough to send this to me. Was so kind of them, and I am enjoying using this palette. It is at a slightly lower price point, which I appreciate for this product. I find that the mattes, they take a lot of building in order to build up, which I prefer to being overly pigmented and not moving. I prefer them, you know, that they would build, but they don't, I feel like they don't build up enough for my liking, especially the deeper shades that I would hope to be a little bit more pigmented. The foils also, I wish that they were just a little bit more. I wish they had a little more oomph to them. The glitter shades I don't like. They are very patchy and spotty compared to other pressed glitters that I've used in the past. You can use a glitter glue with these to make them adhere to the eye just a little bit better. If you don't use a glitter glue, they tend to fall underneath the eye during the day, so definitely do that. This glitter is really soft and interesting and unique. I appreciate that they put like a little bit of a different kind of formula in here. This one is very creamy and fun to use, but it does take some packing to get it onto the lid. Overall, I mean, I do like this palette. I am having fun using it, and I do appreciate the price point on it, but I do feel like there could be some improvements to the formula. Very, very pleasantly surprised by these. These are the Sugarpill liquid lipsticks. Oh my gosh, absolutely loving these, really loving them. I got the shade Duchess and the shade Locket. Now, Locket is really fun because it's got some sparkle in it. Let me see if I can swatch it somewhere that doesn't already have glitter. Let's see if you can see the sparkle in it. Maybe once it dries down, you can't really see it. I'm gonna let that dry down a second and then I'll show you again. They dry down completely, so you have that transfer resistance to them. They aren't the most comfortable liquid lipsticks in the world. I like Dose of Colors just a little bit better, but they're kind of on that same train as Dose of Colors in that they do dry down completely. They're very opaque. The shades are absolutely beautiful. Really, really love them. And now that it's dried down, oh my gosh, can you see the gold glitter? I hope that it's coming off on camera because it's really beautiful on the lips. And I also find that as it wears down during the day, I don't have weird random gold glitters just hanging out on my lips, which is nice. I like that it wears down with the rest of the formula and doesn't leave something weird behind. And overall, just really, really enjoying these liquid lipsticks. I would love to buy more of these one day because I'm really having fun with them. Oh, and I have to let you know, the scent of them, they smell so good. They smell like candy. Into like a candy shop, and you know they have like the bins, the plastic bins that you open up and like smell the candy. That's what this smells like fruity, amazing candy. And every time I get this like olfactory happiness, every time I put these on, they just make me happy. I really like them a lot. Something I also really like a lot, I was very pleasantly surprised by this. This is the Ocean Girl Beach Cheeks Blush, and this is by the brand Sugar Rush, which is by Tarte. And I'm not surprised that Tarte came out with a good blush product for this line. I believe that the Sugar Rush line is supposed to be marketed toward younger people. That's why the packaging is so much cutesier and very, you know, what is that generation after the millennials? Was it Gen Z? Very Gen Z-like. But this cream blush is gorgeous. I love this so much. It is perfect for my skin tone. Let me see if I can find another place. But it is just beautiful on my skin tone. So what I've been doing is I've been applying this with a stippling brush and then blending it out with my fingertips, and I find that it just leaves the most beautiful flush on my skin. Just absolutely gorgeous. Lasting power is fabulous on it, and I'm just really enjoying it. I've been reaching for this a lot, and I don't usually reach for cream products, so that says a lot. The Balm product that I really like, this was also sent in PR. These are their Furrowlicious brow pencils. I ran out of my Benefit brow pencil and I was really sad about it. I was like, well, what am I gonna use? Because I have other brow pencils, so I didn't want to buy anything new. So I dug back into this and I really love this a lot. The point on it is very fine. And unlike the Tarte one we talked about earlier, I feel like I can just go in, it's pigmented, and I can be done. I'm wearing it on my brows today. It's super fabulous. And then it's got a standard spoolie on the other side, which is really nice because I don't have to hunt down and try to find a spoolie. Because I keep losing my spoolie. You can't find it anywhere, and it's like so frustrating because like you just want to move on with your life, but you can't find your spoolie. So of course, you know, pencils like this, there's tons of them and by many different brands that have the spoolie on the side are definitely a preference of mine. But I just really like this. I find it easy to go on. I like the shade. And did I say the shade? I think I didn't say the shade. The shade I'm using is dark brown. It works perfectly for me. Also sent in PR, very excited for this product. This is the Makeup Maniacs Perfect Point Liner. This is another indie brand. Oh my gosh, absolutely loving the fine point on this. And what makes this pen unique, this brush tip pen unique, is that it is so incredibly black. I mean like so black. Like it's intense. This is probably the blackest liquid eyeliner I have ever used. And I thought I was using black eyeliners before. Like, you know, you put it on and it's like, oh, it's black. And then I tried this and I was like, oh, that's black. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It dries down. I put on a lot, so it's not drying down very quickly here, but on the eye, when you just do one stroke, it does dry down pretty quickly. I don't have any problems with smudging on it through the day. And it's just a fabulous pen. I also noticed that it doesn't seep into my fine lines on my lids because my lids are definitely not as taut as they used to be. And I don't have problems with it like seeping in and spidering up onto my lid, which does happen with some pens like this. And it's just absolutely fabulous. So really excited about this. I'm just making a mess everywhere. I'm just covered. I got purple and black. What's happening here? I'm a mess. All right, moving on to the number 2 product that I've been absolutely loving, the Smoky Glow Palette by Midas Cosmetics. Oh my gosh, Hannah did such a nice job with this. I'm having so much fun with this product. So much fun. The shades in here are just a blast to play with. And one shade, I'm surprised, my favorite shade in here. My favorite shade in here is actually Dofa, which shocked me because you would think that it would be like Leno or Group Chat or something like that. But Dofa is amazing. It is this deep duochrome brown. And I'm hoping again that this comes off on camera the way I want it to. But it has just this shine to it, this like red shine underneath it. And where I like to use this is I like to use it in my outer corner just to smoke out the outer corner just a little bit. I've also used it as lower lash line liner and it looks really pretty that way as well. I just love this. And the mattes are very good. They have a really beautiful blendability and a very nice build, very easy to work with. The foiled shades are probably not as intense as like a Juvia's Place, but they are really intense. So let me show you a couple of those. Let's see, we'll put them like running out of real estate here. So you can see this one here is very intense, but this one is a little bit more mild. So just be aware of that, that some of the foils are a little more intense than others, but this shade is beautiful on my lids. Oh my gosh, absolutely gorgeous. And just having so much fun playing with this. I should mention, I almost forgot, this was purchased, but I just received in the mail the PR package directly from Hannah. Hannah and I did a collab together in the past. I do know her personally, so I want to mention that. But this was purchased and I developed my opinion on it before I even knew I was going to be getting anything in PR, and absolutely really loving this. Really enjoying this palette. I can see why the shade range may not be for everybody, but if you do like these colors, it's a lot of fun. It's enjoyable. And finally, my number 1 product is a product that I always save for the one that surprised me the most. The one that I was like, okay, go ahead with your bad self. And this is the product. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Oh my gosh, how amazing is this concealer? This is probably the best concealer I have used in a very long time. I only use concealer under my eyes for concealing a little bit of dark circles and for brightening, just so you know what I'm using it for. And this works perfectly for this. I think the last time I liked concealer this much was probably the ColourPop concealer, and then I ran out of that, and so I can't really side by side compare, but I think I might even like this one just a little bit more. And I've tried a lot of concealers from very much more expensive like Sephora-y brands, and this is definitely probably, I think this one beats them all. And the reason why I really like it is because it not only gives nice coverage, but it blends in very nicely. When I blend it out and don't overdo it, it doesn't seep into my fine lines, which I absolutely love. And it just looks beautiful under the eyes. Now, I've used a bunch of powders over top to see if it would cake up using different powders. Haven't had that problem at all, and have just been really, really loving this. And I do have the shade Fair Beige is the one that matches me perfectly, as far as it's just slightly lighter than my skin tone to brighten up my under eyes. So very pleasantly surprised. Love this. At this point, my friend, you know what time it is. It is your turn. In the collective brain of makeup awesomeness, where we help each other to not buy crap and to buy things that are totally worth it. Please leave your thoughts about these products down below, or any products you've been trying recently that you've been absolutely loving. I do want to give you a heads up that next month there probably won't be a lot of new products. I try to reserve this for brand new products in my life, but because I'm not making a lot of purchases and I'm not getting a lot of PR due to everything happening in the world, there will probably be a lot of shop my stash kinds of favorites and fails chosen for you next month, and I'm actually kind of looking forward to that. I think it'll be a lot of fun to kind of go back and see what, out of my stupidly big collection, what do I really want to reach for? What am I choosing to reach for versus what do I need to review for you and what's new out? So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. And while you're hitting the subscribe button, if you're not already subscribed, and if you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. It tells YouTube to share it with other people. It tells YouTube that it's a good video and that other people should watch it. And if you would like to hang out a little bit longer, YouTube should be recommending a video for you right down there to watch. But if you have to go, I totally get it. It's no problem at all. Thank you so much for hanging out as long as you did, and mad love to you, and I will see you in a video very, very soon.